baseball from the Motor City, Comerica Park here in downtown Detroit. Today, Game 3, Justin Verlander is ready to go as he'll be on the mound for Detroit. What's your take on it, Mitch?
Last year he had a very nice season. When you look at the win total, his team's counting on him to do that again. If he does not get within that range of where he was last season, I don't see this team going very far.
Harold, these Tigers, as they begin play here today, they come in after another good win last time out that ran the record to start the season to a perfect 5-0.
Well, Matt, it's nice to wake up in a day game and know your ace is going to be on the mound. This is one of those win days. Seems like you got to the park early, and before you know it, the game's going to be over and you're going to have a W.
And now here's how the visiting Red Sox line up in this one. HR, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Matt, have you seen this guy throw? Oh, he is electric. What do you got to do against him? I think you got to attack him early. He's just too overpowering. His stuff is electric. He's got one of those great power arms that we'll talk about for years to come. You got to take it to him before he takes it to you.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Butler coming on. 2 gone.
Batting third. Right.
Here's Mookie Betts. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. The 0-1 delivery. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Woody Keller.
Matt, I got to be totally honest here. With Woody Keller behind the dish, don't be too surprised if you have a few questionable calls. It's not that he's consistently off, but I've been told it seems like he has a fairly tall strike zone. We'll keep an eye out for that.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. And now a pitch on the way. This is hit softly to third. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down against Verlander. Chris Sale gets the ball for the Red Sox in this one. Harold, what do you got?
This guy struck out over 200 batters last year. And the one thing I like is when he gets 2 strikes on a guy, how he approaches them. I want to see if I can learn something watching this guy pitch today. Very excited to see him get somebody in a 2-count strike and watch him put him away.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. And this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit.
Well, Matt, if you ask me how to start a game, you want your pitcher to throw a 1-2-3, which he did the top half, and then your leadoff guy gets a single. That's a recipe for success.
Delino DeShields is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Here's the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
This is a nice at-bat. You know how hard it is to get yourself in a good hitter's count against a pitcher of this caliber? It's going to be the key moving forward if they continue to stay in good counts.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And he will take ball 4. First and second now with nobody out. Coming to the plate now, Jose Ramirez. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1.
Seems like he's just lost the strike zone these last several pitches. He's got a walk, and that pitch right there, that wasn't even close.
1-0 pitch on the way. And that one stayed too low, apparently.
He's got a couple of pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. It might be time to take a step back and try to refocus and making some good pitches.
3-0 now.
You can bet he's salivating a little in the box right now. He likes to drive in runs, and he's got a great situation and count to do that right here.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner.
3-1 with 2 on, and this is where you got to be geared up for something to drive. I don't think you can just groove it one right here. You still have to try to make a competitive pitch.
Called a strike, and it's full 3-2. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Hit on the ground to third. Sandoval fields it cleanly. On to Moreland. It's a double play. And now a look at the hometown Tigers starting lineup in this one. What do you think they need to do to keep this winning streak rolling, Harold?
Well, the key here, Matt, is clearly execute. They got to catch the ball, and if you get an opportunity to hit and run, you got to do that on the offensive side.
And that's a base hit as the run will come in from third, and the Tigers have drawn first blood here.
But, Matt, two things for me come out of that base hit right there. One, he gets the two-out RBI, drives in the run, and it gives him a lead early. And anytime you get that lead early, it just relaxes the pitcher and allows your guy to pitch his game a little bit better.
Line to the right side. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are two aboard now.
Wow, you rarely see this guy give up more than a hit an inning, and he's already given up 3 here. It's too early to be concerned, but you do have to keep an eye on him moving forward. He's a pro, though, so he's capable of turning things around in a hurry.
Mike Napoli is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Now the 1-1 home to Napoli. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Trying to keep the score where it is, and the pitch. And a big strikeout there as they'll leave a couple of runners on base, and after a good start. Here's Jackie Bradley now. He'll be the one to greet Justin Verlander to start the inning.
Jackie Bradley Jr.
Here's the first pitch, chop foul right at home plate, and that's the first strike. And Bradley swings and misses at that offering, and he's deep in the hole, 0-2.
Now on 0-2, I don't think we're going to see any more hittable fastballs. If we see one at all, it'll probably be extended out of the zone, or at least that'll be the intent.
Oh, he might have got away with one. 2-strike breaking ball that ended up being in the zone. I think he probably wanted that out of the zone, but fortunately, he just fouled it off.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
Let's take a look at the Tigers' defense. Brought to you by Majestic. In this day and age, with analytics and the shift applied all over the field, this team is old school. They may be a dinosaur. They don't shift as much as everybody else. They play that stationed, standard baseball.
Called strike at the knees, 1-1. His line against Justin Verlander, 7 hits in 24 at-bats. 1-2 now. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
Hate to be Captain Obvious here, but he looks great to begin this start. That's already 3 Ks for him in the first 5 hitters. It'd be awesome to see him keep up this pace.
Hanley Ramirez started to go around, but it's a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. A breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Here's Carlos Santana now. Comes in after a day of rest yesterday, so we'll see if it did him any good.
Santana.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. 0-1, here's the pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Bradley is to his left as he puts it away in the alley for the first out of the inning. At the plate, Billy Butler, lifetime against Chris Sale, 17 hits in 45 at-bats. And of those hits, 3 of them were of the home run variety.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ballgame right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
Wow, that's a high pitch. You know what? The closer that ball gets to your eyes, the better it looks. And guys just hack at it. It's a natural swing.
And into center field as he's aboard with a one-out single.
That's a great two-strike approach. Spread his legs out, kept the hands back, and just punched the ball through for a ground ball base hit.
At the plate, Rene Rivera. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and one away. He's set and the pitch. A high fastball is in there.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
A one pitch on its way. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Runner at first here, one man out. A swing and a miss for out number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with. Striding in once again, Kyle Schwarber. He singled his last time up. Sales sets. First pitch on the way. This is on the ground over to first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. One left for Detroit. We played 2 innings. It's 1-0. Here's the Panda now, Pablo Sandoval. See the former MVP Dustin Pedroia when we get back. Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. Trying to send him packing for the second time. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Now a swing and a ball hit on the ground for the first baseman, Cabrera. And a step on first for the out, 3 unassisted. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. Verlander still nothing earned through 6 1/3. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Got him. So that's the second out of the inning, and he's 7 outs away now. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot arms, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
Well, I got that first pitch, got him looking right there. With a star hitter like this guy.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Ready for another chance? Victor Martinez. He doubled earlier and carries a 2 for 2 line into this appearance.
Martinez.
High and deep to left. This one's got plenty of distance. And gone. An absolute bomb. A solo home run. So a solo home run for Victor Martinez. First home run of the campaign for him, and it's given Detroit a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium, including the guy in the mound, knew it was just a matter of time until this guy cranked one out of here. Well, that's the first one of the year, and many more are sure to follow.
Here comes Sox manager John Farrell on his way out to the mound. And he's going to make a change as that'll be all for his starter, Chris Sale. Here's Mike Napoli now. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. He fouls it straight back, and whoa, that almost landed in our booth.
Oh, right there. Sometimes you can just miss a ball. Doesn't mean you have to swing and miss, but that ball's right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't square it up the way he'd like to. He missed it.
Gloved by Bogaerts. Throw on to first, so a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
Now batting, second baseman.
Riding in once again, Carlos Santana. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1. And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2. Digging in once again, Billy Butler. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game.
Butler.
First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the Tigers. Grounder down the line at third. And a diving effort there at third. Good way to bruise your ribs. How much for one of them ribs? It's a foul ball. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Betts has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. 1 for the Tigers on the solo home run by Victor Martinez. We'll march on to the 8th, and it's now 2-0 Tigers. Digging in to try it again, Jackie Bradley Jr. struck out twice thus far, so we'll see if he can fare any better here. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. That's 1-0. And the off-speed pitch is taken here, a ball and a strike.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit. Play a little small ball, get it going.
No matter. First baseman.
Digging in now, Mitch Moreland, 0 for 2 on the afternoon so far. That's yanked into the stands, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Hot shot to third. Base hit, and the perfect game comes to an end here in the 8th. So these fans will not get to see history here after all, as the no-hit bid ends right here with 1 out in the 8th.
Well, now you see why it's so hard to have to go through the lineup 3 times, and right there, finally, they break through and get a base hit.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. As Verlander jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. No hits to this point. Ball chopped foul here at the plate, and he's behind 0-2. Ready with the 0-2. Little chopper back to the mound. And he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the shooter out. Digging in, Pablo Sandoval, 0 for 2 on his line thus far. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
Now that's a good curveball. That's the old 12 to 6 from midnight to 6 a.m. And he's doing it all day.
So they do get their first hit, but their first run will have to wait as Joe Kelly is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom.
Number 56, Joe Kelly.
Rene Rivera is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
Great spot with that pitch down and away. He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep hitting that spot.
This is flared out towards second. Throw by Pedroia will be in time, and there's your first out.
Up next for the Tigers.
Stepping up to the plate, Kyle Schwarber. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Looks at a 2-seamer right down the middle.
You know what? That ball's right down the middle. I think he was taking first pitch, just really trying to measure it.
Chop foul at the plate here, and it's 0-2. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. A little roller toward the hole. On to Moreland, and that's in time for the 2nd out.
The right fielder, number 3, Delino.
Ready for another shot now. Delino DeShields. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far. Line drive to left. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So now with 2 away, the middle of the order gets to bat with opportunities on base.
He was sitting on that fastball. You can't tell me he wasn't. First pitch fastball and he turned on it like that. Nice job.
Into the box, Jose Ramirez. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Liner towards second. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Tigers leave 1.
Leading off for Boston. Left fielder.
Coming in now in the 9th to try and finish this one out, the hard-throwing Francisco Rodriguez.
Now pitching for the Tigers.
Andrew Benintendi is in to start things off here as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Fouled back. Now the 0-2 pitch. High in the air out towards shallow right. DeShields has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1.
Up next for the Red Sox.
And that'll bring in the speedy catcher Blake Swihart. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
Well, that was an awful late swing on the curveball. 1 of 2 things. He either didn't pick it up or he was sitting curveball and had his mind made up that he was going to swing, and the break broke before he expected it.
Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
Digging in, Dustin Pedroia. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup. 0-1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and the Red Sox are down to their final strike now. A full house of 41,782 fans rise as one here in Detroit. Good job of holding up on the low ball there, and it's 1-2. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And a fastball. Tough take there, but it's even back at 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
You can just see that the confidence is radiating off of them out there right now. That's 6 wins in a row, and this looks like a train that's not about to slow down anytime soon.
A 2-0 finish today. Justin Verlander takes the win on the mound, his 2nd of the year, allowing only a single hit across 8 full innings.